Hi, I'm Governor Brad Little. It's an honor for me to recognize the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disability Act. This important law makes sure that the rights of the disabled are protected across many areas in their lives. After 30 years, we now have a generation of disabled people who have enjoyed greatly increased opportunities and access, and that is a great thing. The Americans with Disability Act is one of our country's greatest achievements, and I'm proud to celebrate it with the reading of an official proclamation from the Office of the Governor. Whereas some 57 million Americans and some 304,000 Idahoans have disabilities that have caused many to undergo the indignities of discrimination. Whereas on July 1st, 1988, the Idaho Human Rights Act was amended to prohibit employment discrimination against individuals with disabilities, and on July 26, 1990, George H. Bush signed into law the Americans with Disabilities Act to ensure the civil rights of people with disabilities. And whereas it is the purpose of this act to provide a clear and comprehensive national mandate for the elimination of discrimination against individuals with disabilities in the areas of education, employment, government services, places of public accommodation, commercial facilities, and other vital areas of society. And whereas it is also the purpose of this act to provide clear, strong, consistent, enforceable standards addressing discrimination against individuals with disabilities. And whereas the Americans with Disability Act has expanded opportunities for Americans with disabilities by reducing barriers, changing the perceptions, and promoting full participation in community life. And whereas, despite progress over the past 30 years, people with disabilities still have higher poverty rates and lower employment and educational outcomes than those without disabilities. And whereas the state of Idaho is committed to providing the most integrated, least restrictive environments for people with disabilities and their families to live in freedom and enjoy the promise of education, employment, effective communication, participation in their communities, culture, way of life, and to have an equal opportunity to participate as active, productive, independent citizens in Idaho. And whereas it is fitting and appropriate to recognize this date and to heighten the public awareness of the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disability Act. Now therefore, I, Brad Little, Governor of the State of Idaho, do hereby proclaim July 26, 2020 to be Americans with Disabilities Act Awareness Day in Idaho. And I do reaffirm the full promise of the ADA will only be reached if public entities remain committed in their efforts to fully implement the ADA, and that the state of Idaho celebrates and recognizes that progress. Signed, Brad Little, Governor of the State of Idaho.